Welcome. So this is going to be another rambling video about improvisation. I figured I'd mention a couple things, maybe all the things I've ever wanted to mention, but hopefully I can just get them in one video. The last couple have been a little discombobulated, so I would say the first thing about improvisation is, may sound obvious, but learning how to play the instrument. And if you're learning guitar, maybe start with your open chords. Get some sound. Start with maybe learning your open chords and then some basic scales, maybe a pentatonic scale. Learn a couple different versions of your pentatonic scale, the same scale. So learn that scale in a couple different positions on the guitar so you can kind of start to see the neck in different ways. The next thing I would say to do would be to learn a jam perhaps over two chords. So say if you're doing something in A minor, so say two chords you could jam on would be like A minor to D major. And that kind of changes things because now you have this F sharp note. And you can add that note now to your improvisation. You can add that note to your scale already. Right, kind of gives it a Dorian feel. So a two-chord jam, learning the scales, learning your instrument, pick two chords to play on. The next would be arpeggios, learn the arpeggios of those chords. That would be your A minor and then D7. And if you start to stack those arpeggios, upon learning the chords, learn different versions of the chords, the same way you learn different versions of the scale. So if you have an A minor here, learn an A minor 7 here, maybe learn an A minor 7 here. There's an A minor 7. I can think of all the different ways I could do an A minor 7. There's an A minor 7. There's an A minor 7. If I play the open A, there's an A minor 7. There's an A minor 7. There's an A minor 7. I'm just going to keep saying there's an A minor 7, but why not? There would be kind of an A minor 7. And you can start to grab different notes with your other fingers. So say if you're doing this A minor 7 where you're just barring here on the 5th fret, you can start to move around your finger and see what kind of extensions you can grab. So this live stream is going to end in about 6 minutes. I only had about 10 minutes to do this. So, oh, sorry, I didn't copy that. What was that? Yeah, sure. I've got something to go do, so I've got to cut this live stream off now. The next thing would be to play around with the scale, learn hammer-ons, pull-offs, play around with the scale, and then take yourself out of your comfort zone. Experiment with different aspects of that scale. And then the next would be learn a melody. So think of, learn the melody to a song, not just the chords. Learn what the singer is singing and how that fits within the chords. So that's all I got for this one. I got to cut this short, so whatever. See you next time. Bye-bye.